All right, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachahakwadash. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect out there. All right, Brother Yeshaya. And this quick lesson is going to be about a term that, the Lord put in my mind probably like a couple weeks ago, maybe, but yeah, and I decided to make a lesson out of it. And this is the term shell shocked. Now, originally it will apply to like war, from World War One or whatnot, but you can use it loosely now to describe the state of how these Americans are going to be when the shelves are not shocked. They're going to be shell shocked because the shelves are not stocked, right? So this is the from Oxford Languages Dictionary. Shell shocked, shocked or confused because of a sudden alarming experience. All right, affected with the condition of shell shock. See, and it originated from shell shocked is, it originated from the First World War. All right, but now shell shock is loosely, used as a term to describe the state of delirium, the state of stress that people will experience from a traumatizing event. And that traumatizing event is going to be, not those full storehouses suddenly not being unsown. Okay, the vintage shall fail. Okay, which means your crops and the agriculture and everything like that, which is basically the produce and everything that you get in these grocery stores, even though mostly is GMO, but nonetheless, and this is leading up to Jacob's Trouble, JT. But this is just we're in the beginning stages, so this November 1st, cutoff of benefits, cutoff of benefits such as your SNAP, all right, is going to have people in shell shock, because to be dependent on basically free money from the government, all right, they give you stipulations that you can have the man in the house, you can't do this or you can't do that, and then they just give you money, and they've been doing it for years, and then to automatically take it away, okay, that's shell shock. That will cause a sudden alarming experience to these Americans, man. All right, but we're not worried because hey, we fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, and as long as we're doing what we need to do for him, he's gonna, like he said that he was going to protect us and help us out in these times. So without further ado, I'm gonna start out with the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15. All right, and let's see. And 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So this is, basically when we're in the full height of JT. But it's starting now because these people don't know what to do if they don't have any food. Okay, these Americans don't miss a meal. They snack in between time, and to take their food away from them, their Doritos, their fucking, Vienna sausages, the damn Snicker bars and shit like that. Hey, people are gonna lose their fucking minds, man. Okay, fucking hot dogs and shit. People are gonna lose their minds. All right, which you shouldn't be eating that kind of stuff anyway. But hey, that's the American diet. All right, so hey, man, people are gonna lose their mind. They're gonna be in a state of shell shock. Okay, and this scripture right here really details it in the book of Luke chapter 21. Of course we go through the same scriptures, but it's all good. Luke 21 and 25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon earth distress of nations and perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So perplexity, shell shock, perplexity, same thing. All right, a state of delirium, a state of shock, a state of confusion, okay, perplexity. Like, hey, we depended on you for this long. Why are you just gonna just now take it away? But it's a bigger scheme that people don't understand, that this government is leading you toward. That that cattle squeeze, okay, the squeeze to put you in a state of discomfort, to guide you to a false sense of comfort which they've already set up, okay, to lead you to the slaughter. Because when cattle are getting slaughtered in the spirit, they know they don't want to go into it. They're not going to walk into it. So they'll put up spikes and all type of shit to where they don't want to bump up against it, and then they just go to the path of least resistance. Okay, and that unfortunately is a slaughter, and that's what's going to happen to you Americans. Y'all gonna go to the path of least resistance, which you think it is, which is going to be the MLTB, but that's the path of that you don't of total destruction that you do not want to go in, right? So going back to Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So there you go. Okay. Now, let's go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, and verse 16. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. So, hey, we're coming to this time. This applied to because most of the times when there's a certain instance that we apply to now, it applied to a past situation. Okay, so this right here, it applied to a past situation, but it also is relevant now. Okay, verse 17, that they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquity. So there you go. All right, people are going to consume away for their iniquity. All right, but let me get this. Matthew 5:6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Now, you people hunger and thirst, for carnal sakes, but we hunger and thirst after the truth and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So in likewise return, he is going to satisfy us with that physical water and bread, that, that the nourishment, okay, the kosher, physical food, because we seek the spiritual first, but you people are just carnal as hell and just want to eat, and y'all are gonna get that taken from you, and that's basically y'all's power, okay? y'all people are not spiritual at all, so you're gonna get what's coming to you, and that's gonna be hunger, all right, famine, like the scriptures speak of. And this is the last one. I didn't want to make this too long. This through the spirit. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 13, and this is what awaits for his servants. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So there you go. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So there you go. Okay, when shit hits the fan, the Lord's true servants are going to be, rejoicing. Okay, of course, going to be right in the midst of it, but they're going to be rejoicing. Okay, we're going to be rejoicing. All right, because Lord willing, I'm part of that number 2, hopeful elect. We're going to be rejoicing, singing, okay, going to be fed. Like we have many examples of the Lord feeding his men, okay, in, perilous situations, dire situations. You had Daniel being bought a bowl of soup by the prophet Habakkuk, or the scribe, the prophet Habakkuk. You had Elijah being fed by the brook, by ravens. Okay, so that's fresh water. That's whatever the ravens was dropping down, morsels of meat, morsels of bread to him. Okay, and so many other instances, man. And we really believe that. So Lord willing, I was edifying. I'm gonna end it with that, giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rahah, Wadash. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, the great millstone. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect out there. Shalom.